Welcome to Keep Your Head Up Hockey. I'm your host, Jamie Young, and I've got J-Dog in the house, Jay Bruce, as well as the big star of the day, Nate Gravelle from the Sugar Kings in Elmira, GOJHL, here for an interview. We're just getting started with a little bit of a video of his last big game that he had, and we'll get that started 1 second, and then we'll have a little quick interview with him. All right, so apparently he got a hat trick, but he looks pretty good in front of the net.
Almost the same as the battalion colors, eh? With your team, pretty close.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty close. It's a different shade of green.
I love it, man. You pretty strong in front of the net, and I love the tip there. Really nice goal.
Yeah, thank
you.
The
last one here. I think it's a rebound here, eh?
Yeah, a little rebound in front of the net.
That was nice. Yeah. I like that one the best. I like how quick you got that up in the air. No time, just let her go.
Yeah. Just trying to get it on net as quick as I could there. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, well, big welcome to the show. Thanks so much for coming on. And I just got to tell you, I used to call for the St. Thomas Stars play-by-play announcer when I lived in St. Thomas. I live out east now in the East Coast, but I know that you've got a doubleheader coming with them Friday and Sunday. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, big weekend ahead versus St. Thomas. Don't really know what to expect out of them yet, but we know we're preparing all week for a big doubleheader, home and home. So we got St. Thomas Friday. We're there, and then they come to us on Sunday evening. So it's going to be a good one. Can't wait.
Well, Jay, I want you to ask the question about his family and how much hockey means to them. Jay, can you ask that question?
We've had our family's got some pretty big history together. His uncle and his dad and I grew up together. His dad actually was more friends with my brother, and I was more friends with his uncle. But we know the whole family. His grandfather was a big influence in my life. He was probably the best coach I've ever had. Just as far as he wasn't just a coach. He was like a second dad to a lot of us, I think. He really cared about the way we grew up. My dad was fairly strict. His grandfather was you got a boot in the arse if you didn't do what you're told. And I will say he treated us all exactly the same. His Uncle Ronnie was a pretty good hockey player. His dad was a pretty good hockey player as well. And the whole family, the whole Gravelle family is just athletic in general. So, he comes from good stock and a good bunch of people. And his uncle and myself are pretty close. And now I unfortunately made the introduction of my wife with his Aunt Tammy. And now they're like best friends. You can't keep them apart. They're on the phone together like 24/7. So, and they'll be down here in December at Christmas. So it should be good. But yeah, I have to say, the first question I'm going to ask you is obviously family-wise has been very influential as far as sports in your life. And who's been your biggest influence?
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you for saying all those great things. It means a lot. Like you talked about, my dad, my uncle, my grandpa, I would say would be my three biggest influences. I think, all across the board, my family, we're pretty all involved in hockey, and whether that's, from the younger generations all the way up to my grandpa's generation. I think, our family kind of revolves around hockey, and we kind of gather around just the sport. And I think that's kind of driven us over the years to stay connected, even with like distant family members and stuff, is just the game and the love of hockey, and it just keeps bringing us closer and closer together. I would say is definitely the key.
Well, I find it kind of funny when you think about hockey, and then your grandfather was playing for Hamilton Ticats as far as football is concerned. You'd figure that, I know all your families probably played football pretty much. I know your uncles and your dad and whatever played football, but it seems like hockey's the way you guys all went, right? And it's crazy how much influence your grandfather had on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm kind of probably one of the only, I would say, younger kids in my family that didn't actually end up playing football because of hockey. I would say all the guys in my family definitely played football, through high school, and my grandpa obviously playing for the Ticats as well. But I think other than I think if hockey wasn't a thing, we'd be definitely a football family. But but I think it's pretty split even. The love of football. I'm a big football fan. Watching my older cousins play, and all that stuff. So yeah, they're split between hockey or football. That would be the split.
Right on.
Now, second year on ELMIRA now. I wanted to ask you, you're obviously making an impact on the team, but what kind of impact and what are you trying to teach these new guys coming up in their first year on the Kings?
Yeah. So obviously last year was my rookie season, my first year of junior hockey. Coming from North Bay, small town, I played with the same guys from the time I was 8 till the time I left in U18. So I'd have been 16. So that's a long time to spend together. So I think just the biggest thing for me was the guys last year made me feel at home and made me feel very welcome here right away. So that really helped. It kind of took the stress away that I knew that I had a band of brothers kind of having my back every day, and we got to spend lots of time at the rink together every day. We practice, we're with each other, whether that's team bonding outside of the rink or being together on the ice for practices or in games, every weekend. I think it's just developing that bond and that relationship and just knowing that those guys have your back. So I would say that's, the biggest thing I want to impose on the young guys coming through now, the guys that are younger than me, the rookies of this year, is just know that, I have their back and I'm willing to help them, kind of teach them what I learned in the year before, and just so on and so forth with that.
Oh, right on.
Awesome.
So I like that band of brothers reference, being 20-year veteran in the military. I like that. It's pretty good. So influences outside the family. Who's your favorite player growing up?
I think I got to go Sidney Crosby. Watching the Penguins growing up, I think actually I just saw on social media it's like his 20th season in the NHL, which is absolutely ridiculous. So that's longer than I've been alive and thinking of playing hockey. Playing hockey for that long in the NHL, you gotta be doing something special to stick around that long. And I think I actually watched another clip and guys were talking about him saying like, he kind of strives for like a league above the NHL. He's never kind of satisfied. And I think that's what I like so much about him. He doesn't want to stop, right? He just wants to keep going. And like, we just talked about, makes an impressions on the young guys as well. And I think that's why they love him so much. And, he's something pretty special. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Sid is the kid.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I was living in as you know, I was living in Nova Scotia for quite a while, and we go into Halifax in the summer in Cole Harbour, and I would watch McKinnon, Marchand, and Crosby beat the shit out of each other, and then score at will on whoever goalie they had in net. Was like sickening. So it was fun to watch, and I'll tell you right now, that's a great person to like design yourself after, I guess, if a better lack of term.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty crazy.
Great pitch to the next question. Who do you think you play like in the NHL? If you're going to pick a player, kind of resonated how you're on the ice and how you play, who would you pick?
Yeah, so I think coming through my U16 draft year, scouts would ask players this question a lot. So we've had quite the time to think about this question. So my ultimate answer would be, well, I think if I had to pick one player, I think it would be like Mitch Marner, some guy like Mitch Marner. But I think ultimately you kind of want to try to pick and choose, the X factors of different players, like let's say the scoring of Austin Matthews or like the speed and IQ of McDavid. If you can kind of like model your game after, like take little bits of each player and try to model your game after those players and kind of try to gel them all together. I think you obviously can model your game after those guys. It'd be pretty cool. But I think if I had to go with one guy specifically, it'd be Mitch Marner, just because setting up guys like Matthews and Nylander and all the guys on the Leafs it's not an easy feat. And he works hard night in, night out. So
right on. I'm gonna strike it back to the family aspect, but the different family. I'd like you to fill us in on your billets, who they are, and how you're getting along with them, and and how you're fitting in there.
Yeah. So my billets here in ELMIRA, their names are Linda, Nathan, Welts. So obviously it's my second year staying here with them, and it's been great. They do everything for me, and they've supported me right from the get-go and just made me feel at home. That's a big thing. Moving away from home, I wasn't too sure how I was gonna be able to deal with it, but they made me feel welcome right away. And they kind of take the the stress away of, anything I got to do at home is kind of taken care of. So they allow me to focus on my job, which is, going to the rink every day and performing at my best. So, and I know that they got my back here at home, and it's pretty easy going here. So much appreciation. They it doesn't go unnoticed, that's for sure.
And do they have kids too?
No, so actually I'm their 8th billet. So
wow.
So they've been doing it for quite a while. We end up being like their kids. They've been doing it for a long time. So it's pretty special.
So that's almost like a military thing. We all get told all the time. It's one of those thank you for your service.
Yes.
As far as they're concerned, and junior hockey can't function without these type of people.
Yeah, absolutely. They go above and beyond for players like me, and wherever it is across the nation. This junior hockey doesn't happen if billets aren't a thing. So yeah, big thank you to all the billets.
Thanks to them,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, big shout out to all the billets out there. Thanks so much for being the parents away from home and really molding these kids when they're playing junior hockey in this great league, JOJHL or GOJHL. I wanted to ask you, what is your big passion outside of hockey, if you have one?
I think this one's pretty easy. I gotta go with hunting and fishing. Aside from aside from all sports, the Gravelle family's big into hunting and fishing, whether it be in the summer on the boat.
Ronnie just got a big moose.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Or going to the moose camp as a family, for the pursuit of a moose. Yeah, I would say it'd have to be either hunting or fishing. That's for sure.
Well, I'm gonna guess that it's Pittsburgh, but is that your favorite team?
Actually, I go with the Leafs.
Yeah.
There we go. We go.
Yeah. Leafs. Local team. It was actually the Penguins before, but
I thought so. That's why and plus the Crosby thing. But I thought that's what we were talking about when we were at that party at in Callender. What's his name's place? Crap. Your parents were there last. Oh, when was it? The last time I was home. The family tournament.
Oh yeah. The family tournament at what was it? Maybe.
What's that?
Was that Jay Mills' place?
Yes, at Mills' place. Listen, people. I'll tell you right now. If you don't know Jay Mills, you should get to know him because he's got the best man cave I've ever seen in my life. It's freaking amazing. And the food they cook is just crazy.
Unreal. Anytime you get a chance to go to the garage. So anytime you get a chance to go to the garage, definitely a good time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's bring it back to the family tournament. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, ever since I can remember, I've been wearing the Gravelle jersey. This big blue kind of Calgary Flames style jersey. Instead of a C, it's a G on the crest. So ever since I can remember, I've been watching my family play in the family tournament. Although it's just for fun, it was always a good time to get all the family together. Like Jay said, go to the garage as like a family and stuff after.
Yeah.
So lucky enough, 2 years ago now, I got to make my debut in the family tournament. So. And then my younger brother got the chance to do it this year, so it's been good. It's a fun time, and it keeps the old guys running on the ice. It's something to look forward to. But
well, your cousin Tori actually played pretty well too, and she used to play for Nipissing. I don't think she's playing this year though. Am I correct?
No, I think she's done now.
Yeah, she's pretty good though.
Yeah,
it's fun. So it's definitely a family affair with everybody, right? It's not just the guys. There's a few of the girls out there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so thinking back to not family, but on the ice and your time in hockey before going to junior, who was your biggest influence when playing hockey?
I think there's a lot of people that kind of stand out in North Bay. I don't think I can pick one too specific, but I mean, North Bay being a small town, I think there's a lot of big hockey influences. My coaches through the years, John Couch and Guy Blanchard, and
my coach.
Yeah, and more in the recent years, Doug Saunders as well. Along with my dad. My dad's been along every step of the way as well. Yeah. So I think just there's a lot of people I could definitely talk about as big hockey influences in North Bay. But I would have to go definitely, obviously, my family as well.
Well, you got it. You got it. Wow. How can you go wrong? Everybody in the family enjoys being around the sport. They make the best of it. Like, as far as the family gatherings, we were at the family tournament there. I just happened to be home from the Dominican and at your Uncle Ron's place, like 60 people in the house for a party for food and having a good time. And, the whole family's in there cooking before everybody shows up. And it's just a great atmosphere. And you can't help but feel the love in the family too, because it's just shit slinging from start to finish.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody's easy on each other. It's just fun stuff,
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's always something to look forward to. That's for sure. Just getting all the family back together and doing something we love, playing hockey or just kind of even socializing, like you said, at the parties. It's all good. It's all in good fun. So.
That's good.
Awesome. Couple more questions for you. Last one for me. Kids are trying to make junior all the time, and trying to better themselves on the ice. What's your advice to somebody that hasn't made junior yet, but wants to make that jump to junior hockey?
Yeah, I would say just kind of don't worry about the exterior noise. There's a lot of talk that goes on in hockey. Just kind of if you know how you play and how you model, like we talked about, model your game after, and your strengths, and you can continue to kind of round out your game. I think they'll find you, and you don't have to worry about your future steps as long as you just kind of stay in the moment. Big quote we use around here is my dad actually and I use a lot, is just kind of be where your feet are. Just be present in the moment and just enjoy the moment now. If you worry about the little details now, the big details will take care of themselves in the future. So, if you go in and just, be thankful for the opportunity that playing hockey, with your family, I guess, and friends or whoever it may be, then I would just say, yeah, enjoy the moment and just take advantage of it. And just, you might as well give it your all while you got the chance. And one day you're going to look back and, hopefully not regret, hopefully know that you put everything into your game and stuff. So I would just say, yeah, just enjoy the moment and just work hard, really, to be honest, and things will come.
Love it. Jay, you got a final question for
sorry
Nate?
Sorry for disappearing. I had to go to my phone. Somebody was kind enough to run into a telephone pole just outside of my house, and I lost.
Gosh, you might be breaking up there.
I lost.
I'm trying to work through it here. Dominican internet, Nate.
Brutal.
This does happen. I guess I'll ask you a final.
Anyway, yeah. Well, there it is. There it is. Sorry, guys. Like I said, somebody hit a telephone pole outside the house here. Quite the crash. Anyway, yeah. I just, where do you see yourself in 3?
Yeah, 3 years. Where do you see yourself, Nate?
Yeah. Okay. I think I caught the question
now.
So obviously,
did you get it?
Yeah. I'm good. Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So obviously being a major junior draft pick, there still is some opportunity there. Getting a stint, whether that's in the OHL or the QMJHL or the WHL, is always an option too. But recently, I've also been exploring getting into the later age group, I guess, of major junior. I've also been exploring like Division I college hockey in the U.S. is a really good option for, I think, a guy like me. So I would say just kind of continuing to work towards one of those goals, whatever it may be. I think they're both good options, but I think either way, get to play some good hockey, meet some good people, and develop some good relationships either way, whether that be here in Ontario or somewhere in Canada, or like I said, college in the US.
All right. Well, that calendar's own Nate Gravelle on the show. Keep your head up, hockey. Thanks so much for coming on, Nate. We wish you the best. We'll be watching, so keep us impressed and keep your stick on the ice. Keep your head up. That's J-Dog and Jamie here for Keep Your Head Up Hockey, and Nate Gravelle. Again, thanks so much, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Absolute blast. Thanks, guys.
Right on.
All right, cheers.